Welcome to the Brutally Honest channel, where we say it like it is. We do not sugarcoat. We call a spade a spade. Today we unpack the shenanigans that are happening in the city of Tshwane. At the center of it, it's a party called ActionSA, which is causing drama, throwing its toys out of the court, withdrawing from the coalition, and they want a motion of no confidence against Mayor Celia Spring. The big question is, what is behind all this drama and what do we make of it all? Let's be brutally honest. ActionSA, and in particular, Mr. Mashaba, they are seriously disappointed at their own poor performance in the last elections. In these past elections in May, ActionSA got less votes than it received in the last local government elections in 2021. In fact, they got about 547,000, just under 550,000 votes in the local government elections in 2021, all in total. But in these last elections, they got a total of only 411,000 votes. That is less than what they were able to get from the local government elections. So they only got 192,000 for the national ballot and 219,000 for the regional ballot. Their performance was dismal, and that could only give them only 6 seats in parliament. So there is no balance between the money that is invested in the campaign and their performance in the past national elections. So in essence, there was no return on investment. So now, firstly, the campaign was very costly. ActionSA put lots of money into this campaign. They put millions of rands in the campaign and in the profiling of Mr. Mashaba. The money that was put also in the controversial unauthorized biography was part of that strategy, the propaganda to raise the profile of Mr. Mashaba. But of course, it only got them the 6 seats. So the DA called for a moonshot and used it to neutralize the support of the like-minded parties like ActionSA and Freedom Front Plus. So the DA was very worried about the two parties, these two, ActionSA and Freedom Front Plus. They were concerned about the loss of support, the loss of white support to FF Plus in Tshwane in the previous elections. And they were also concerned about the potential loss of the black middle class support to ActionSA. So they then gave these two parties, parties like ActionSA, a dummy, a sucker to keep them busy while the DA was cooking the real plan. The DA was busy flirting with the ANC on the side. So ActionSA is very angry. They want revenge. They want to avenge the DA for dribbling them on the GNU. That is actually at the center of the drama that is unfolding in the city of Tshwane. So that's the source of what is happening in Tshwane. ActionSA is angry. Now, the second part of this thing is that we are just, the coming 2026 elections are just around the corner. So ActionSA is worried that come 2026, they will have nothing to show for their election campaign. So hence, there is a haste to actually get the mayoral chain in the city of Tshwane. But the question then that we should ask is, can they turn the city of Tshwane around in a period of 18 months? Is that possible? For me, that is not possible. So I would suggest that they are not driven by the desire to serve, but this is about power and political elites, you know. So, but let's get deep. What is the strategy behind ActionSA, these actions of ActionSA in Tshwane? What is the plan? Why is ActionSA obsessed with Tshwane and removing the DA? So Mr. Mashaba was a mayoral candidate for the city of Johannesburg in 2021 elections, and he lost. He cannot stomach a loss. That's Mr. Mashaba for you. He couldn't stay as an ordinary councillor in the city of Tshwane after losing, because for him, the only thing that would make him stay was to be the mayor. So neither could he stay as a backbencher in parliament after these elections, after their dismal performance in the 2024 elections. So his ego could not allow him to humble himself and sit in parliament. So, but he has become bored. Mr. Mashaba is idle. He's idling in Sandton, and he now sees Tshwane as a low-hanging fruit that he can get and pump his ego. I'm saying watch the space. My prediction is this: that Mr. Mashaba will be sworn in as a councillor as soon as Brink is removed, and Mr. Mashaba will stand for the mayorship of Tshwane, and that is what is at the center of the drama that is unfolding. Remember, once the parties have agreed to form a coalition, they do not dictate to the other party as to who they should field as the mayoral candidate. So the ANC will have no right to say, give us a Nasepi Moya and not Mr. Mashaba. That's exactly what is happening here. So we need to ask a question: who will gain and will the public benefit? So my sense is that they will not be able to turn the municipality around. It is really impossible. Mr. Mashaba is a hard worker. You can't take that away from him. But he is not a superman. The challenges that the municipality of Tshwane is facing are complex and cannot be resolved in 18 months. The period between now and the next elections is honestly 18 months. The other months really, it's neither here nor there. So you need 5 to 10 years to turn a municipality around, a municipality as big as Tshwane, a municipality with such complex challenges as the city of Tshwane has. So Mr. Mashaba record doesn't give confidence that he will stay that long. He doesn't have the time to stay for 5 or 10 years. What will actually happen is that come the 2029 elections, he will resign to contest as the presidential candidate for ActionSA. And what will that leave the citizens of Tshwane? They will be left again with another deployee if Mr. Mashaba is going to national elections. That's the problem that we have. So the other question that is linked to all of this, it's where will this leave the ANC? So say, for instance, Mr. Mashaba becomes the mayoral candidate and he becomes sworn in. He is sworn in as the mayor of Tshwane. Should the ANC be worried? And can it survive and bounce back to take over the municipal chain in Tshwane? And will the ANC support such a move for Mr. Mashaba to be the mayor of Tshwane? As I said, the ANC has no right to dictate to ActionSA who they should field as the mayor. So, but as to whether the ANC can survive, my sense is this, that the ANC has experience. It has strategy and tactics to strangle and suffocate small parties that agree to work with them. So they've previously used their co-option strategy, which they have implemented very clinically, and they have strangled those parties. So let's go back. You would recall that there was a party called National Party, the new National Party of Martinus van Schalkwyk. So here is Kortbroek. He agrees to work with the ANC. What happened? His future, his political career ended with him having agreed to work with the ANC. Beyond that, he was gone. You look at the IFP. The IFP worked with the ANC and the late Mangosuthu Buthelezi was he was made a minister in that cabinet. What did they do? Both Mr. Mandela and Mr. Mbeki, then deputy to Mr. Mandela, left the country on the eve of a crisis in Lesotho. And they made Mr. Buthelezi to deploy the army in Lesotho. And he was left with the egg on his face. What happened to the IFP? The IFP was reduced into a regional party. Now, APC, another casualty of the ANC, of collaborating with the ANC. It's APC. Themba Godi, he agrees to work with the ANC. He becomes chairperson of SCOPA, and he was doing a good job, but he could not survive beyond that. And his party is gone. It's no longer even in parliament. Then you look at Magwaza Msivi's party. May her soul rest in peace. She passed away, but she was made a deputy minister in the ANC cabinet. And what happened? The new national, the party of Magwaza Msivi, the NNP, it has disappeared. It's nowhere. Then there is good of Patricia de Lille. Patricia de Lille was made a minister, and nothing good came out of it. You know, she was scandalized by the border fence saga, and she's gone. Her party is nowhere to be found. It's no longer known. Now, the question that people may ask is, will the DA survive the ANC strategy? So, the ANC, with such a record of suffocating parties that agree to work with them, they come out bruised, the ANC comes out stronger. So the ANC has used this strategy to neutralize the parties. So as the DA, in these elections, used the moonshot pact to neutralize ActionSA and neutralize Freedom Front Plus while they were flirting with the ANC. They gave ActionSA and the Freedom Front Plus the sucker, as I said earlier. So the question is, the DA agreeing to work in the GNU with the ANC. Can the DA survive the co-option strategy of the ANC? I think this one is the big one. Only time will tell. But I think the DA can survive. Why? They have experience in government. And when you look at their recent record in this GNU, so far their ministers have stuck their necks out. They are out there working very hard and profiling their party. So they know how to leverage the success in a portfolio to the benefit of the political party. And while I have criticized the idea of the DA not fielding its best, I think it helps the DA now to have a Helen Zille who stays to run the party, while a John Steenhuisen and them are deployed in government. So that strategy will work for them, because then Helen Zille and the team can always be the sounding board to make sure that these guys that are deployed, they are not getting drunk by power and forget that they are serving the DA. Then they can always be reminded to work to profile the party. And I think that will make the DA survive the ANC strategy. So even their action to, expel the racist host and the matriculant chief of staff who has been removed, it also adds to their good brand of good governance. So as a result, I think all of these are factors that will make the DA survive, that it can act swiftly against its own end, and that the DA has a record in governance. So back to where we started. We are witnessing the drama in Tshwane that is resulting from two factors. One, an angry ActionSA, in particular Mr. Mashaba, very angry at the fact that the DA gave them a spaza, a sucker, while the DA was flirting with the ANC. Now, he feels played by the DA and he wants to revenge. 2, I think Mr. Mashaba is bored, he's idle, and I think he wants to be the mayor of Tshwane. So watch the space. This is the Brutally Honest channel. Thank you very much.